Alrighty, mother truckers, who is ready to do some Amazon FBA product research? I know you are, that's why you clicked on this video. So what we're going to be doing today, right, is I am going to be doing an over-the-shoulder walkthrough of exactly how you need to do product research. Now, the reason I like doing these is because I see so many videos on YouTube where people talk about product research, and most of those people have not got the foggiest idea what they're talking about. So once and for all, I'm just going to make the only video that you ever need to watch when it comes to product research, unless I do another one in a week. Then you should go and watch that one as well. Today, I'm going to be using a tool called Helium10, right? If you want to get Helium10 and you want to save some money, check out the video description because we've got a link in there where I think you can save 30%. We use Helium10 for all of our product research, and I'm going to show you how to do it in a very, very simple way. So part of Helium10 is this tool here called Blackbox, right? So essentially what you can do is you can give it a load of filters like product category, price, revenue, all of that good stuff, and then it's going to spit out loads of products. Now, the key thing here, right, is Helium10 is not finding you the product. It's giving you hundreds of products, and then you narrow it down from there. And what I would like to encourage you to think about when you're doing your product research is to not think about finding products, right? Because we're not finding products, we are creating products and we are creating brands. And this is one of the distinct differences between what we teach over here at Honest FBA and what those other guys teach at God knows what they're called, Not So Honest FBA. Anyway, so I'm going to select a bunch of these categories, right? It doesn't really matter all too much. The point of what we're doing is to just get into the habit of understanding how you need to approach product research, right? So I'm gonna select a few: pet supplies, patio, lawn and garden. What was the other one? Baby. I'm gonna throw in beauty and personal care. What I'm also going to do towards the end of the video, right, is I am going to show you a little tool that I found recently that I absolutely love. And it's going to help you so much with your product research. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video. And I know all of the YouTubers say that, and it's because they want to get good retention on their YouTube videos. But it's true. I'm going to show you a great tool towards the end of the video, so you want to stick around for it. Shipping size, I don't want to be sending anything in that's oversized at the minute. Personally, you can make money with some bigger stuff, but I want to keep it to small standard and large standard. The holy grail of an Amazon product is something that's small, light, easy and cheap to ship, and you can sell it for a high price. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't make any money with other stuff, with bigger stuff, but that's what I'm going to stick with for today. So one of the things as we go through this is I'm going to try and not speak in absolutes, right? So an example of what I mean by this is a lot of people will say, only go for stuff between $25 and $35. And I used to say stuff like that as well, but then I realized it's nonsense. You can sell stuff that's $500. You can sell stuff that's $1,000. So don't put any cap on this upper end. What you need to understand about your pricing is how the cost of your product and Amazon fees affect the price and the prices of the products that you should be selling. If you sell a $15 product and your Amazon fee is 50% of that, and then your COGS, or the cost of goods sold, the cost of the product, is 40%, then it's just eating up all of your margin. So can you sell products that are $15? Yes, you can, but you just need to make sure that you understand your Amazon fees and how it impacts the price and everything. We just launched a product and we're selling it for about $20 at the minute, and it's absolutely killing it for us. So I'm not going to say that you can't sell products at $20, but you just need to understand, and I'll show you a little bit later on in the video exactly what I mean by that. So I'm not going to put a max price. Reviews, I do not want to put 300 reviews here. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about other YouTube channels being full of absolute nonsense. Because they will say, put maximum 300 reviews. You want to find products that have got 200 reviews and then you can copy it and you can get rich. And it's a load of bullshit. So you don't want to cap the number of reviews. Like, yes, if you look at going into a niche and everyone has got 10,000 reviews, that's going to be difficult. But one of the traps that people fall into is they listen to these absolute nonsense gurus who say, only look for products that have got 300 views. And what happens is they find niches that are emerging. They find these niches where everyone's got 50 reviews and they're doing really well. And what ends up happening is everybody looks at those niches. And then all of a sudden, by the time you get your product to market in 3-6 months, there's 150, 200 new sellers, and the price has tanked and nobody makes any money. So this is why you should listen to actual real sellers and not people that just make YouTube videos. So review count, actually I was on review rating. Review count, I don't want to cap it. What you can cap is the review rating, because a really good way to use this is to put it at 4.2 or 4.1. Because what that's going to do, that's going to show you products that have got crappy reviews. And then you've got tons of information of where you can improve the product and give the customer a better product and a better service. You can do that, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to put it on 4.6 just for shiz and giggles. Fulfillment, not too bothered about this. We don't want to see any Amazon stuff, but FBA, FBM, we don't want to count out FBM stuff because there can be some good stuff there. The rest of this I'm not too interested in, apart from monthly revenue. I'm telling lies. So minimum, I want to see $12,000. Maximum, I'm going to say $150,000. I'll go into the revenue a little bit after and how that impacts what you should be doing. But I want to see a ton of stuff because the important thing about today is understanding my thought process. And there's a lot that goes on in this old noggin of mine. So make sure you understand it and you listen along. So variation count, this is an important one because we don't want to be selling, phone cases that have got 50 different variations because it's going to be mega, mega expensive. So I like to cap this at 4 or 5. The key point here is that you understand that if you're looking to sell a product and it's got tons and tons and tons of variations, it's going to be difficult as a beginner. So you want to kind of avoid that if you can. So we've got categories, got this. I'm going to hit search because I want to get to the juicy stuff. I want to get to the good stuff. Now, again, what we've got to remember here, right, is that we are looking for products that we can create a new brand with. We're not looking to find winning products. If I had £1 for every time I cringed and I heard people talking about finding winning products, I'd have probably £15 right now. I'd have a lot. So the first one that I clicked on is this, right? Now, a lot of gurus will tell you to not go near products that get consumed. And again, guess what I'm going to say? Don't listen to them because it's absolute nonsense because you can sell products that are consumable and you probably should be selling products that are consumable if you know what you're doing because consumable products that people buy every single month are the holy grail of e-commerce. So this is a pet supplement. I will admit the pet supplement space has become very, very competitive. You've got some huge, huge brands in here, but you might find this product in the US that's doing $25,000 a month. Then you might head over to the UK and you might see that it's actually not that competitive. So I'm going to put well-being, thyroid support for cats is what I'm going to find. So the way that basically e-commerce works is you've got huge markets and then you've got smaller markets and smaller markets and smaller markets. So the biggest market, if you think about it, is pet supplies. It's everything for pets. And then you've got pet food and then you've got pet supplements, which is a niche that's really started to emerge over the past 5 or 6 years. And the beauty of e-commerce is there's always new products and new niches cropping up because this might not have been a thing. This might never have been a thing, up until 2 years ago. Thyroid support if you ask your parents if they gave their dogs thyroid support for their cats or whatever, I guarantee that they'd be like, what? Because these sorts of products didn't exist. But here's a great example of where looking in 2 different markets is very useful. It's very useful because in the US, this product is doing $25,000, right? In the UK, it's only doing £5,000. So in the UK market is generally about 1/10 of the size, right? And why that's important is because most people don't have tons and tons of cash to invest into a product. Now, when you're looking to launch a product, the bigger the market, the more money you need to launch that product. So the wonderful thing about Amazon is it's got so many markets. So what I like to do is I like to start my research in Amazon.com. And if I see a product like this, I'll also check it out in the UK market because the UK market, I think, is the second biggest market after Amazon. But here's what we're going to do. When you find a product that looks interesting like this is the next step. You need to look at the overall niche. And how do you do that, Alex? I hear you ask. You click on this button down here, which is keywords. You can see that. So you click on this keywords button down here, and it's going to load up this cerebral tool within Helium10. So back when I was saying how good this is, right? This is why it's so good, because this is going to show you all of the keywords that this product ranks for. So what this is going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to look at the overall niche. So I'm going to filter now between positions 1 and positions 25. And I'm going to hit this. So what this is doing is it's filtering for all of the keywords that this product ranks for organically. So that means that this company doesn't have to pay for this product to appear for this keyword. So let's have a look, right? So what I'm looking for is this column here, organic rank. So we can see dog thyroid supplement, low iodine cat food, which doesn't seem very relevant. So the top ranked one is this one, low iodine cat food, which is a bit weird. It's not really that. So it looks like it's like a thyroid pet well-being. I think pet well-being is probably the actual brand here. But basically what I'm trying to find is what is the main keyword? What is the main keyword for this product? Now the problem is that it doesn't seem to rank very well for many of the main keywords. So I'm gonna make this like 90 because I actually want to see all of the keywords. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click here because it's gonna show so thyroid support, but that's a bit of a weird one because it's thyroid support. That's for cats, right? So what I'm gonna type in, I'm just gonna go back and do this manually, because it looks like these guys are maybe making some sales through branded search. So I'm trying to find at the minute, what the main niche is. So cat thyroid. I'm just going to type in that. So cat thyroid medicine, cat thyroid food. So it looks like there's not really much in here for cat thyroid medicine. There's not much demand, because this is another good thing about Helium10 is you can see all these search volumes, right? So I'm trying to find what the main keyword is so I can see the overall niche, but it doesn't really seem that this is a huge niche. But this is another interesting product here. This is thyroid dry cat food. Now, again, a lot of gurus would tell you to not look at this stuff. Now, I'm not saying for sure you should, but there's no reason why you can't launch products that people buy every month. And that's what's very, very lucrative if you can get those type of products. So I'm going to look at this one again, and I'm going to deep dive into the keywords again, because this is the process that we always want to take when we're doing our product research. We really need to be looking all the time at the keywords that the products rank for, because that's going to help us understand how big the market is, how much budget we would need to launch that product. Then also we can see all of the competitors as well. So we can see where the gaps are, where we can do different type of branding, all that type of stuff, right? So again, I've loaded up Cerebro, and I'm going to do organic rank 1, and I'm going to do 35. So then I'm going to filter it by search volume again. So I think these brands that I'm seeing, I think they don't really, I think they might be getting a lot of direct search from maybe outside of Amazon, because I can't really see any of the keywords here. So I'm going to take a different route, and I'm going to go back to the main Helium10 page that I found. But generally, these sorts of niches I'm quite interested in. But this pet well-being, it seems like it's got tons of products. Now, a really good thing that you can do is you can come down here, right? And you can see this button here where it says sold by. This is a little sneaky trick. You click on this, and what this is going to do, this is going to show you. You click on see all products, and this is going to show you all the products that this company sells, right? So we can just hit this button up here, and we can click X-ray, and we're going to see all of the data, right? So obviously this is the same brand, but so these guys in the UK, it looks like they're doing about £60,000 a month. That's pretty damn good, right? And the beauty of this is these types of products people buy every single month, and that's incredible, because if people keep coming back and buying this stuff month after month, it makes it so much more valuable for your business. So these are the types of products that I absolutely love. You know, I'm not necessarily saying that these particular ones, like pet supplements or whatever, but there's tons of niches like this. And no other Amazon sellers are really telling you to look at this stuff, because they'll be like, oh, you don't want to sell that, you're going to need approval. But needing approval is a good thing sometimes, because it means other people won't do it. It also means that products like this, Chinese sellers are not really looking at this type of stuff. Or if they are, they're sourcing it in China, and then you can source it in Europe, because you speak English, hopefully. And then, I mean, look, this one's made in the USA. That's quite interesting that they import it from the USA to the US. Anyway, I'm going to go back to Black Box because I'm rambling on a little bit. But don't discount products like this. Have a look at them. We've got another one here, Canine Super Fuel. I'm actually going to look at this one as well. This is going to throw up a lot of like pet supplements and stuff, but it's the sort of stuff that I'm kind of into. Again, if it's only got one image, it's only doing 4,000 a month, only doing 4 a day. But I mean, let's have a look. Canine energy and muscle nutrition supplement for active dogs. Let's have a look, see what keywords it ranks for. I'm always going straight to the keywords, straight to Cerebro, because I just want to see what keywords it ranks for, because that's going to show me other niches, other products. it's the best way to do product research. You just really dive into the keywords. While that's loading, I'm going to come back and I'm going to see if there's any others. So we've got a vinyl storage holder. That looks interesting to me. Again, these products, these products are not consumable products. I do like consumable products now. That's what we're doing with our brand. But this is a good example. What I'm going to show you here is the steps that you need to take. One of the first things I look at is the FBA fee. Remember when I was talking about the price earlier on? FBA fee, $12 more or less, and this is $30. So it's not too bad. Roughly, you want the FBA fee to be around a third of whatever you sell it for. Because if you sell this for 30 and then your FBA fee is $11.53, that leaves enough money for you to do your advertising, all the other stuff, so that you can actually make a profit. So what I'm going to do here is I want to see again the keywords, because I want to see what are people searching to find this product. So I'm going to let that load up and I'll have a look at this other one. I know I'm jumping about. So this is what I suspected. This one is canine power. People are directly searching for this brand. So one of the things that you need to be careful of is a lot of these companies, they get sales on Amazon because people know them from off of Amazon, so they search for them. So let's go back to this one, right? Let's have a look. I'm going to put in organic rank 1 to 35. I'm going to click apply filters, and then I'm going to do search volume. Right, let's have a look. So this is what I was after. Now we can see, right? We can see these keywords here, and this is kind of telling us what this niche is, right? So this is vinyl record storage. Nearly 40,000 people search for that a month. Now let's have a think about this, right? You know very, very clearly what type of person is searching for this type of product. It's somebody that's into like vintage vinyl records, which is great. If you understand the type of person that's looking for whatever product it is that you're looking at, that's better for you, because you can do better marketing, you can do better advertising. The more you know about your customer, the better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one, and then I'm going to see the overall niche, right? Because don't forget, you're not just competing against that one product that you found on Helium10. You're competing against the other 30, 40, 50 sellers that appear on these first 2 pages. So you really want to be conscious of that, and you need to understand what that means, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button up here, because I want to see what is the overall size of the niche. Now, I'm confident that I can work that out, because I know this is probably the biggest keyword in the niche. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to come here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this filter results button, and I'm going to hide the sponsored results, because I just want to see who ranks for this keyword, which is the main keyword. I want to see who ranks for this organically. So what I can see is the top sellers at the top here, right? 22,000 vinyl record holder. We've got another one here. This is like a bit of a simpler sort of like metal one. We've got these guys in third. So look, I think this is quite an interesting niche. One thing that you have to be conscious of is how much these products cost to ship. Like this product here, if you can't flat pack this, then it's probably going to be quite expensive. But I think this is quite a decent little niche, because if you could get these for the right price, so what I would do at this stage is I would go to Alibaba, and that's what I'll do in a minute. You would go to Alibaba, and then you would kind of understand what price you could get these at. But you know very clearly what these people are interested in. It's an aesthetic product that they want to look nice. They want it to look nice because they're going to put it in their living room. So how can you stand out aesthetically? That's what I'm thinking when I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, how can I stand out? What sort of different design can I do? Can I come up with something a bit different? I'm surprised that they can use Lana Del Rey. That's surprising to me. Maybe that's actually fine. But you've got to think, right? If you launch one of these, how am I going to stand out against all of these people? And the way that you understand that is you understand who is buying it and what's going to attract them. Can you do one in mahogany red? Can you look at other products that exist in the living room that people use in their living room aesthetically, and can you copy some designs from them? Can you do a totally, can you make one of these where the sides is actually made from vinyl? Imagine how cool that would be. Another good idea of what you can do, and it just came to me, is go to Pinterest. So go to Pinterest and search and see what comes up. Let me go, so vinyl record storage. Because often a lot of what you'll see on Pinterest, a lot of what you'll see in here is products that perhaps are not on Amazon and stuff. But you're going to get some good ideas. You might find some really cool sort of like vintage ones, some kind of different designs or whatever. You don't, not always. Like it doesn't seem like I'm finding anything here, but that's just an idea for you. When you're doing your research and you come across products like this, go to Pinterest and have a look and see what it's saying. So the price to get into a niche like this, if the top seller is doing about 22,000, you've got people like this in here that are doing, 200 and whatever, but this is a slightly different product. So you got to be careful when you're looking at the overall niche that you're taking into account whether the product is super, super relevant. Because somebody searching for vinyl record storage, this is a slightly, this is more of this is more to store the whole thing, right? This is what you put like the vinyl player on and all that type of stuff. Whereas these products here are more just, for storage. The other thing about this is you can craft an entire brand around this. If you think about it, if you know the demographic is interested in vinyls, think of all the different products like the vinyl covers, the vinyl whatever, the vinyl tower. There's different things that you can do, but then you can also do products like this. So this is kind of like a fire safety box kind of thing, right? I mean, it's not fire protective. I think this one is. There was one down here. Where was it? I can't see it now. But you can have these. This one here. So this is. I've seen this product before, and this is kind of a fireproof box type of thing for your precious, vinyl records. But you could launch different styles. You could have this kind of style, then you could launch this style, you could have this style. So when you look at a niche, remember that you're not just looking to launch like one product. Imagine if you've got like 5 different products all here. Like it doesn't look like anybody in this niche is really, really sort of dominating it. Like you've got this brand here where they've got 2 different listings. So they've got this one, and then they've got this one. But that's what you can do because look, they appear in the top 20 spots for this keyword, and they're getting, from that one product, they're getting 15,000 there, and then they're getting 20,000 there. So most people think like, I'm just going to launch one product, but that's really, really not the case. Like you could have 10 products here. You could completely dominate this niche by having different styles of all of these products. And that's one way of attacking a niche, is by having tons of variations, targeting one keyword, and you could have, vintage vinyl, and it could be vintage vinyl, vintage vinyl, vintage vinyl, all of those products adding up and collecting and eating up that market share. So I'm going to go back to Black Box. I don't like to spend more than, maybe 5-10 minutes max on these products because I like to keep it snappy for you guys. You know what I mean? Like boom, 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 going through them. But hopefully you're starting to see how my mind thinks. I'm looking for opportunities to bring in a good quality product with great branding and then do an amazing product launch. If you know how to do all of those things, honestly, you can find products every single day. Every single day, day after day. I can come on and see 50 products that I would launch, and it's so easy once you understand the fundamentals. This product, I talked about reviews before, right? The problem with these types of products, first of all, obviously reviews 12,000. That's a huge, huge review moat. I'm not overly scared of reviews sometimes. Like if you've got a good product and you can compete at a good price and everything, it can be fine. But the problem with these products is like, look, 4.1 stars, but this is going to be difficult to improve more than likely. But let's have a look at what people are complaining at. It's one of those products where it can be very subjective. It might work for some people, and it might not work for others. And then all of a sudden, you just get tons of bad reviews. But let's have a look. The only thing that this is good for is getting dead skin and excess oil off your face. Gross. It comes with a pamphlet, blah, blah, blah. It's a waste of money. So the pimple sucker works better than this crap. Arrived covered in black fingerprints. Not good. This item does not work after 2 months. Sounds like metal in your head. Don't know what she means by that. Broken, shoddy and careless. Doesn't work. So, I mean, look, you could look into this. You could look into making a much higher quality version of this. What I am going to do is I'm going to look at the keywords again. So this is doing about $90,000. So this is what's amazing about Amazon, right? This is a product that's got 4.1 out of 5. So it's got a lot of negative reviews, and it's still doing $90,000 a month in sales. So nearly 4,000 people read these shitty reviews and they still buy this product. Part of that is because of Amazon's return policy, where people know, if they buy something and it sucks, then they're going to return it, which is something that you need to consider because, if you launch a product that's potentially going to have a really high return rate, you need to understand that because that can affect your profit margins. So again, we're looking at the keywords because we're going to break down the niche itself, right? So this top one, blackhead extractor, But then you've got pore extractor, blackhead remover tools. But again, think about the brand here. It's a beauty brand. So you could launch tons of products in this niche. And then what you could do is you could move into this sort of stuff. Full exfoliating cream. There's no reason why you can't do that eventually. Once you've got the skills, the e-commerce skills, the sky is the limit, baby. Right, one thing that you have to be considering in these types of niches is products like this. $6.99, super, super cheap, 55,000 reviews. That's going to be very, very difficult to compete with. But this is a different type of product, right? So it's probably that this one doesn't rank too well organically. So this is where what I've done here is this is probably not the most relevant keyword for this product because it doesn't really rank organically for it. So what we'll see is when you look down the column here that says organic rank, it ranks 17th for it, but that it's not getting many sales through that keyword. So it's probably not the most relevant keyword for it. So what we want to find is where it ranks the best. So like this one, dead skin remover, it ranks really well for that. 777. So this one as well, skin scrubber, skin spatula, skin scrubber. So it looks like this is not really just a blackhead extractor. This is probably more of a skin scrubber type thing, whatever that is. I've never heard of it. So we're going to search that skin scrubber, see how we're going through, and we're finding all of these weird little sub niches. This is why, like, when people say to me they can't find a product, there's literally tens of thousands of products on here that you can come through. So, all right, the first one is this kind of mitts, but then you've got this type of stuff. This is not good that it's so cheap. I don't like this niche straight away. Like, look, it's so cheap. You've got stuff at $20, $17. I do want to look at stuff most of the time that's a bit more expensive than this. I mean, this is interesting. So this is a callus remover gel plus foot scrubber. Now, this is really interesting, actually, because, I mean, what's funny about this is you wouldn't really buy this on repeat because you don't want to get this free thing every time you buy it. But I'm interested in looking at this. Callus remover gel. Why did I do that? So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look at this because this is interesting to me. So let's have a look. I'm just seeing it. My camera turns off at 30 minutes, so I'm gonna have to reset it, and I always dread it. So look, remember when I was talking about consumables? This is not a consumable. You don't eat it, but this is something that people are gonna buy every single month, right? Now look, to compete against these guys, that's gonna be difficult. But then you got people like this doing 84,000. And it looks like crap. Doctor entry, doctor whatever. So high reviews. It seems like people are bundling these things together, which is a bit weird. Because again, like I said, you know, if somebody buys this product from you and they really like it, they're going to buy it month after month after month, which is great. Look at this one. This is interesting. Tea tree oil and callus remover. Look how they've combined those two things. Now, as a beginner, you might look at this and you might be like, "There's no way I could sell that. It's impossible." But tea tree oil foot soak and callus remover gel kit. So let's see what it ranks for. And then I'm going to look in the UK because this is doing $60,000 a month, right? 4,000 reviews. But if you know what you're doing, you could launch this. If you know what you're doing, if you listen to people that know what they're doing, this is, you know, potentially you could launch a product like this. I'm going to look in the UK market. So callus removal. So tea tree foot soak. I mean, look at this, right? Look at that for branding. Not that impressive. And let's see, it's doing 3,300. Not crazy numbers at all. But like, if you've got a really small budget and you want a nice, relatively easy sort of product, this could be something decent. Like, you might look at this and be like, where the hell am I going to source that? But honestly, if you go on Google and you try and find Dead Sea bath salt supplier, you will be surprised that you can probably source this product relatively easy. And like, look at this. This listing's not that great. I mean, it's decent, but it's not that great. You might be able to compete with these guys. A lot of people would tell you that, like I said, to not look at these products. But I like stuff like that because, you know, I just think there's a lot of opportunity. And if you can get these products that people buy every single month, then it's great. So, you know, I would literally just, if I was looking to look further into this, foot spa sea salts with tea tree oil, foot spa salt. So what I would do is I would literally just come to Google and I would just search foot spa salts, manufacturer, And let's go UK, right? So you're going to get some of these. So you might have to have like supplier UK. The other thing is stuff like this, right? Is you would benefit if you're looking for stuff like this in going to like UK trade shows or going to trade shows in the US. This is just a lot of like retail type of stuff, right? Which is not what I'm looking for. But like here, wholesale, like you're going to have to do a bit of digging and a bit of research, but this is honestly really, really fun once you get into looking at stuff like this. Because yeah, it might just be, that you find something, there'll be something in the UK where you can probably source this sort of stuff. It wasn't a good example for me to show you because I didn't find anything. But foot soak and Callus, right, so let's go back to this one, have a look. So pedicure foot soak kit. Let's see what the search volume is saying for the top ones. So skincare, Epsom salt, Vaseline. Obviously, these are huge. Foot scrubber, smelling salts, callus remover for feet, foot bath, manicure kit. I mean, these are big niches, right? They are. But antifungal cream, nail care, foot peel. Let's have a look at foot peel. I want to look at that. Look at this. I mean, this is a big niche, right? But again, these are products that you can source them locally, so you can probably source these in like this looks like it's made in the US. But I mean, look at these. Like this is. I mean, that's Dr. Scholl's actually. That's a big brand, isn't it? I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. This is a competitive niche. 70,000 reviews, tons and tons of tons. I mean, these guys look like they've just launched. 164 reviews, 8,000 a month. Again, maybe you could look in the UK at this. Let's have a look at the UK market. What are we doing over here? Foot peel. I mean, look, one of the things about niches like this is, yeah, you are competing against big brands like this. Something to be wary of. But look at this. Phoenix foot peel for men. Not doing very well. 80,000. Okay, this is a crazy competitive niche. But there might be a variation of a product like this that you could potentially look at. So anyway, I'm going to go back to Helium10. I went down a bit of a rabbit hole there, which I always enjoyed doing. So let's have a look at a couple more products, and then I'm going to wrap it up because I like to keep these to, around 30, 45 minutes. So Kai body butter, super rich conditioning, wellness, pet food, put Shiba. Oh, that's pet food. I don't really want to be looking at dog food. That's going to be a big niche. All about that face makeup kit. Okay, this looks interesting. What is this? Colic and gas relief for babies. Heated belly wrap for newborns. Aromatherapy wrap. Okay, what is this? So, this is like a wrap that goes, all right, that's interesting. Made in the USA, happy tummy. 15K a month. Let's see what it ranks for. It's an interesting one. So all we're doing, right, we're just looking for niches. You're finding niches. And often, I don't even call it product research. I call it niche research because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for niches. You're looking for niches where you can come in with a great product and a great brand at a good price. And that's really all it takes. Like, it's not rocket science. Obviously, there's some caveats to that. And there's, so colic baby relief. But if you think about all you're doing is people have problems and they buy products to solve problems. So this is obviously, I don't have any kids, but this is obviously kind of a problem, this gripe type thing for colic relief. I don't know if it's when they get gas or whatever, but look at this, right? Again, you've got to think creatively, but then also look at the different types of products here, right? You've got stuff like this, gripe water, I don't know what that is. But what I like is these niches where you could launch something like this, and then you could also, something like this, gas relief, whatever, and there's just tons of opportunity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run X-ray, and then I'm going to look at a couple of different products in this niche. So can you see how this one sort of niche, this one keyword has then led to me looking at, all these other keywords and all of these other sort of sub niches. So hide sponsored results. Okay, so look, we're seeing it's quite a big niche. There's a lot of products in here doing big numbers, but let's have a look at this one. So this one is whatever this is, 60,000. So this is you know, this is 20 bucks. It's probably tiny though. It's probably like really small. So the fees are not going to be that big. The fees are less than a third of the sales price, which is good. So this is basically like a little swaddle or little band. So then you've got to think, right, if I wanted to launch one of these, how would I stand out? How would I improve it? How would I make it more attractive to the customer? Can I do some different designs, some different colors? Can I add a feature to it that just makes it a little bit higher quality? All of this sort of stuff, right? So I'm going to look at the 1-star reviews. I follow the directions, and it was way too hot to use on the baby. Damaged, not helpful. Didn't provide any relief, not easy to use. So, I mean, stuff like this, right? It didn't really provide any relief. This is where it would be quite difficult to maybe come up with a solution to that. But this is a bit of you know, the pouch opening is inside of the belt. So if you want to reheat, you have to take the belt off and open the pouch. So look, the designer is clearly not a mum. So this is an example of a functional design. Maybe so you could mention this. You could create one where you can actually change it without taking the belt off. And this is a perfect example of why reading the reviews is so important, because it just allows you to gain insights into what people, you know, okay. Am I supposed to microwave this and wrap it around? It was too much. Didn't work. Bad experience. Inner pillar exploded. Not good, obviously. But look, this is a whole niche around, you know, helping new parents when the babies have got gas and giving them that relief, this reflux thing. So you can just go down a rabbit hole. You can go down a rabbit hole and then, you know, just help people, you know, with this problem by launching, you know, different types of products. Dr. Brown, this is obviously a kind of, you know, this is obviously, what do you call it? This is obviously quite a big brand. So it's getting a lot of branded search, 10,000 people a month. So you've got to be aware of that. But I want to look at this gripe water. That was an interesting one. All right, gripe water. Now, again, you might look at this and you might be like, what the hell? I'm not going to do it. But let's have a look. So Mummy Bliss looks like the big brand here. I mean, look how many times they appear. So, I mean, those guys are probably going to be difficult to compete with, right? Because they've probably got a ton of brand awareness. I mean, look at how much they dominate this niche. But so what I was talking about before, right? When I was saying you can launch multiple products, look at this. This is probably the best example that I've ever seen of a brand doing this. Look how many listings they've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is wild. I mean, it's sold by Amazon, this one. So it's an Amazon one-party product. So it's going to be very difficult to compete with. But just for educational sake, right? Like, look, what's in it? 100% vegan. It's organic ginger, organic fennel, and then it's water. So you could definitely find a company that would be able to produce this for you. And it would be an uphill battle against a brand this big, for sure. But you know, do you know what I mean? Like, there's always room for new brands, new products. Like, this wouldn't be one for somebody with a small. Yeah, I mean, look at it. That's awesome. What a cool brand that is. What a simple product that is. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. And go and watch my other video that I'm going to pop up here, where I also did 45 minutes of product research. I'll see you in the next one.